Thoughts and prayers going out to all the families that lost their loved ones fighting in active duty. We remember all the fallen soldiers here today, Memorial Day. Huge shout out to our military veterans currently fighting the good fight. And our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who has been affected and caught up in these wars that man has been fighting for a long time. You know, God willing, we're going to resist this evil. It's sad that in 2022, we still got to be putting up a fight, but here we are. Now, quick announcements. We will be doing our Rumble exclusive tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so Rumble exclusive. We're going to be trying to do at least one of these per week where we go unfiltered, uncensored, and we let the truth fly, no holding back, having a lot of fun over there on Rumble. Make sure you guys are ready for that. That's going to be tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the West Coast. In addition to that, that's actually all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys. No sponsors, no paid promotions. We just want to give you guys the news here, cryptocurrency, current events, and how do we make some money? How do we take care of our families right now? That's what we're going to figure out. But let's transition over here. We're going to take a look at what Rosie Rios just had to say. We titled this video, Rosie, Ripple, and the New Transition Team. Now, shout out to Crypto Eddie for sharing this, finding this keynote speech that Rosie Rios was giving at some conference. I got to look this up and see where she was speaking at. But Rosie gives a shout out to Ripple and XRP in her keynote. More coming in today's video. You go, girl. We love you, Rosie. We love you so much, Rosie. Crypto Eddie, huge shout out. Always up to date with her research and keeping everyone up to tabs, finding a lot of good stuff. But this is important. So I titled this video, Rosie, Ripple, and the New Transition Team. I'm not going to play this clip. It's just about a 2-minute clip if you want to watch it. It's on Twitter there. But just the key takeaway points that I captured from this little 2-minute snippet. Rosie says that she's trained in managing high-value risk. So she's an analyst, trained analyst, who's trained in managing high-value risk. Before she joined the Treasury Department, she was managing, basically the director of management for a $22 billion investment company. That number 22 popping up, I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, it's funny, once you recognize numbers, once you actually start researching numbers, numerology, you just start to see the numbers pop up everywhere. It's funny how that works, but I digress. $22 billion investment company, she's trained in managing high value risk. She was then brought on by Obama in the previous financial crisis to transition us out. She was part of the Treasury Transition Team. Okay, so she was brought on to run the Treasury Transition Team in the previous financial crisis. And she was the longest serving Senate confirmed appointee from Obama that he had. The longest serving Senate approved official. Okay. Then she says that she's now joined the board of directors at Ripple. And it was interesting how she said this. She says, I'm on the board of Ripple, which is XRP. And it goes back to this whole confusion, right? Everyone's confused. Is Ripple XRP? Is XRP Ripple? You know, what is this? Oh, you got a company, you got a currency. People are so, you know, confused. And then now you got RippleNet, which, you know, not to get in on all the different Ripple products, they've now consolidated it, but this is the whole confusion with the deal. But she just flat out says that Ripple is XRP, which we've always said is the strength of the XRP ecosystem and blockchain, is that we have the best team in cryptocurrency working on it. We have the 43rd Treasurer of the United States joining the board of directors during the SEC lawsuit. So she just flat out says she doesn't care. She just says Ripple, which is XRP. That's direct quote of how she said it, essentially, which I just thought was funny. But she once again reiterates that the train has left the station and that blockchain is not going away. And so I put out a tweet. I said she's brought on to run the previous transition team during the previous financial crisis. Now she's brought onto the board of Ripple, which we might as well call the new transition team. The new transition team is the board of directors at Ripple, and it is the executives that are working at Ripple right now really leading that company. And that's going to be Brad. When it comes to the tech, it's David Schwartz, the guy who patented blockchain technology 3-4 decades ago. So we have the best team, and we have one of the most efficient digital assets in the world, XRP. But just from this 2-minute snippet, once again, we're super proud of the team that's been assembled over there at Ripple. Rosie leading the way, 43rd treasurer, and out of the $2 trillion worth of currency, give or take, her name is on $1.8 trillion worth of it. Okay. So amidst all of the chaos that's happening right now, amidst all of the confusion, 40-cent XRP. I was thinking about this last night. We're basically back to where we were last year when I first started making content. In February and March, that's when I started making content on TikTok, and XRP was at 40 cents. So, and the reason why I thought of this is because I'm getting so many haters in the comments. So many people are upset. The situation's very tight, and I get it. But my comments, they're just full of a lot of negativity, which I don't really let get to me. It's just a matter of getting feedback from my community. That's why I read all my comments. But the people are saying, if you would have listened to this guy, you would have been broke. You would have lost all your money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, first off, I'm not here to give financial advice. Second off, when you zoom out and take a look at where we're at, over the last year, we had the final conclusion of the bull market. It was chaos. It was pyramid schemes running rampant. It still are. Look at Luna 2 being launched right now. We're seeing this last year of kind of the bull market wrap up across all of the sectors, stocks included. And, if you would have listened to me, well, you would have been stacking these along the whole way, and you would have been dollar cost averaging the whole way. Remember, I'm not here to tell you which cryptocurrencies to invest in. I just tell you what I do. And my bag is so simple that it's easy for me to say, hey, I'm holding XRP, XLM, XDC, and a few other XRP Ledger tokens. I got no NFTs. I don't play around with memes. I got wrecked trading last year, futures. I don't do it anymore. I stack silver, and I got a lot of precious metal in regards to freedom seats, since the Second Amendment seems to be a hot topic these days. I will be talking more about that in my Rumble exclusive tonight. But that's another hedge that we hold a lot of. And other than that, we're sitting on cash too. It's a very simple strategy, and we continue to do our research. XRP's gone from 40 cents to $2. Now it's back down to 40 cents, right where we were last year when we started. And what has changed over the last year? Our conviction has only grown. The amount of connections, the people that have came on board has only grown. On-demand liquidity ramping up, which I'm going to cover here next. Interesting things happening on Bitstamp. XRP Euro pair chart seems very much on-demand liquidity, which seems very much on-demand liquidity. I don't really know what he's meant there in that first statement, but basically this is happening on Bitstamp with the XRP Ledger Euro pair. And basically he's just saying we have a lot of on-demand liquidity. He says, every workday like clockwork, you can see 2 hours of incredible volume. Roughly, it's 2 hours, 120 minutes, 450,000 per minute. Equals, give or take, 54 million XRP changing hands. So how about that? Over the last year, we see the reports coming out from Ripple, all of the growth, right? And then now we're starting to see this on-demand liquidity ramp up. 54 million XRP changing hands, 450,000 per minute. And this is just over about a 2-hour period total. So just 2 hours of flipping the switch. That's what this is, guys. So block out all of the nonsense going on right now. Stay focused. Stay focused. XRP isn't the only cryptocurrency you should hold. You probably should have a couple others. Is it 90% of my bag? Absolutely. Yeah. Is that a mistake? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This is what we've been waiting for. The on-demand liquidity utility providing liquidity is what takes this thing to higher prices that isn't based off of hype speculation, Joe Blow, Joe Schmo buying $500 worth. That's not how we pump XRP. That's not how we run a new financial system. That's not how we actually get something done here in the new world. We're trying to fix the issues, right? Shout out to all 200 of you guys on YouTube for joining me. We got another hundo here in TikTok. And I appreciate all of you guys for joining me today, Memorial Day. Thank you. Okay, this is great news. This tweet's important right here. Delisting XRP is a psychological game they're playing with retail. Mind you, the exchanges have all the power to relist XRP and purchase XRP at their discretion. For all you know, they are accumulating at these prices while retail is restricted access. 100%. 100%. Now he goes on to say, how does Luna get listed, blah, blah, blah. We've already talked about that. There's an article here about how the SEC is probably already looking into Luna. The SEC is already looking into everyone. It's just a matter of how big is that price tag? How big of a dollar sign do these people have over their heads? With Ripple, they sued them for 1.3 billion. Okay. Now, some of these other firms, there's only millions to grab, but there's going to be plenty of money for the SEC to go after. They'll be able to hire that staff that Gary Gensler wants to bring on. His little goon squad over there at the SEC. He's going to be able to afford all of them because he's going to be able to go after all these crypto guys, these crypto scams. Let me scroll through my bookmarks here, see if we got a couple other things to say. I'm not going to read this. I'm going to make a whole another video here from this John Deaton thread here. This is going to be a good little TikTok that I'm going to make later about the facts, John Deaton's facts. Yep. We will be talking about this later. This is Mr. President Biden, our president. Moment of silence for our president. Mr. Joe Biden on 9mm ammo. Quote, Second Amendment was never absolute. So we'll be talking about that one later. Not going to get into it here. Won't be talking about that. We'll get into that later. Rumble exclusive tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just in, Germany's inflation reaches 8.7%, the highest it's seen in 49 years. We've also looked at Germany. The producer price index was at the highest all-time high ever since they've recorded the thing. So the producer price index or inflation, all-time high. Now we're seeing their inflation numbers at 8.7%, the highest in 49 years. That's going to be probably the equivalent to our CPI, which is a bony BS fake lie number. Okay, real inflation's twice that. And I just like to say 20%. 20% inflation. Okay, that's another thing that we'll be talking about later in the Rumble exclusive tonight. Something to be aware of: the trucking industry and therefore the whole economy hinges on one liquid, DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. Trucks halt without it. Exports from Asia got halted, shipments in the US restricted, and now for the first time, can't find DEF posts are starting. I'm seeing that too. I meant to actually load up on some DEF this weekend because my truck, I did not buy a minivan, by the way. That video that I put out while I was on vacation, I rented a minivan. I did not turn in my truck. Still rolling the truck because I love my utility. F-250 6.7 Power Stroke, baby, let's roll. But we're going to be running out of diesel exhaust fluid, which is no good. We'll be talking about that more in our Rumble exclusive tonight, along with this. 30 Chinese warplanes entering Taiwan Southwest Air Defense Identification Zone today. Turn it on up. Warned about that one going all the way back to February, right? We said once the Olympics were over, watch them make a move. Watch them make a move, and here they go. They waited a couple months, let Russia-Ukraine situation play out. Now they're about to move. They are about to move. Okay. What else do we need to get into? We have an interview with Ashish Burla. I need to watch that later, but it's basically just key takeaways here from Leonidas, OG XRP guy. He basically says in this, Ashish Burla, the SEC lawsuit is a bump in the road. That's all it is, guys. So don't get emotional about your investment. Understand, I don't even really care to cover the SEC lawsuit anymore. It's just, when it's done, it's done. I put out a tweet yesterday. I said, let it play out. We've positioned ourselves perfectly. That's how you summarize this situation. Let the staged lawsuit play out. You know, the day-to-day, delay, this, that. It's all distraction. It's all a waste of time. Let it play out. We're fine. Focus on these numbers right here. On-demand liquidity raised Ripple net transaction through the roof. Ripple will stick with XRP. Absolutely, Brad said that XRP is the heartbeat of Ripple. Ripple has bigger ambitions than to replace Swift and more. I'm going to have to check that one out later, but how about that? We're going to replace Swift and more. That's just the start. We're talking about all the money, baby. Here we go. Bernie Madoff lost investors $60 billion. He was sentenced to 150 years in prison. In 2022, Do Kwon lost investors $60 billion after Luna collapsed to zero. He then created Luna 2.0. Yeah, I'm surprised that this guy hasn't been arrested yet. He must be hiding somewhere. I don't know. All a distraction. This person, this is funny, lost 300,000 in Luna, got an airdrop of $59. Thank you, Do Kwon and team. It's just it's an embarrassment for the cryptocurrency space. I like to laugh about it and joke about it. On a serious note, these are the people that are holding back the whole cryptocurrency space, the whole new financial system from being rolled out. Is this BS? Okay. One of Europe's largest gas storage sites could start the winter empty. Everything comes to a halt without gas. Folks, you thought last winter was dark? Oh boy. Midterm elections. I mean, need I say more? Right? The political theater, the world stage theater, the false flag events, going to all-time high, baby. Which is sad, and it's actually tragic, because there's going to be more tragedy coming, more chaos coming. And you're starting to see here the energy crisis was just getting started. These countries better figure it out. I'm not trying to spell fear, doom, and gloom, and but hey, we gotta have a plan for this, because these largest gas storage site could start the winter empty. I mean, I'm just trying to report this and figure out wherever you're tuning in from. Maybe you're out in Europe. Maybe you're in Russia. Maybe you're in another country, or here in America. Understand what chaos, understand what crises is going to be happening in your country, in your neck of the woods. Do you live around? Are you in one of these major inner cities where the purge is taking place every single night? Consider your personal situation, just like you're looking at your investment portfolio. Look at your surroundings, where you live at. Are you safe? If your city with tens of millions of people doesn't have power for 3 days, what's going to happen? Okay? If you're in Europe and your largest gas storage site is going to start the winter empty, and when we look at the cost of the energy, it's up 50 to 100% year over year in Europe right now. So even if you got it, even if you can heat your house, how much are you going to have to be paying for that? So supply is low and costs are going up, i.e., people are going to freeze. How about this tweet here from XRP Phoenix? Not even half of 1% of humanity has XRP. What a privilege. It's an absolute blessing to be on the right side of history investing in XRP. It's an absolute blessing to partake in this transfer of wealth. It's going to be incredible. Okay, this is, I'm following these real estate agents. I've come across quite a few in Toronto and Vancouver, which I understand is just zoomed in on two hype speculative markets in Canada. And I promise I'm not trying to beat up my Canadian friends. It's just, I'm watching it because it relates to the market here in the United States as well. So this is Brampton, which I think must be somewhere suburb of Toronto. Okay. So what you're seeing now is these big deals. We're seeing terminations of contracts, termination of deals, people backing out because the cost on all of this is going up as far as the mortgage rates, the interest rates, and the cost of living just across the board is going up. This is really getting shaky, and you're seeing in these markets, original deal was at 1.9 million, contract terminated. 1.89, basically, 1.899 terminated. 1.785 terminated. 1.6 sold. Original price 1.9 million, sold for 1.6. Now you might be thinking, well, who cares about this rich person that lost 300 grand? This is the trickle down effect of, you're starting to see, I covered this in the last live stream, central banks are taking losses right now. Hedge funds are taking losses right now. The robo buyers with Zillow and all them, they got wrecked, right? And now you're starting to see the speculators in real estate get wrecked, just like we're seeing the crypto speculators get wrecked. It's all across, it's all connected. Everything is connected here. Okay. And this is just a glimpse. When these people are losing 300,000, we covered one just the other day about how someone lost $1 million. They bought a house for 5 million just in October. They just now sold it for not even a year later. What is that? 7 months later for $1 million loss. That's getting wrecked. But how that's going to trickle down to you is you're sitting on 50 grand worth of equity. You're sitting on 200,000 worth of equity, and you're trying to figure out what to do in real estate. I am not here to tell you what you should do because I don't have enough information. I don't have enough context about how you sit, how your financial statement looks. For many people, their house is their only quote unquote asset, which Robert Kiyosaki taught us that your house is not an asset. Unless it pays you out cash, unless it produces cash flow, you might have some equity on quote unquote paper, but look at how that program's working out right now for people. The $1 million equity that they thought they had, they just lost $300,000, right? So folks, it's just like when I said, check out your surroundings in your city right now. When you're thinking about your prepping, when you're thinking about riding out a storm, you got to look at your current real estate market in your local area. Real estate's so local. So you have to understand what's happening in your local area. I think it's important to start talking about this asset class more. And you've seen me cover real estate a lot more, not only because I'm looking to enter the real estate market, but for many of us, this is one of our main assets or one of the main things that we have on our balance sheet. Okay. So just like with cryptocurrency, just like with your stocks, just like with your business, you want to have your strategies for real estate as well. It's important to understand this. And if they continue, they're saying 2 more interest rate hikes. How much worse is this situation going to get? A whole lot worse, guys. A whole lot worse. Okay, we got a couple other things to talk about in the Rumble exclusive tonight. Kamala Harris demanding a ban on all assault weapons. Yeah, okay, so we'll be talking about that in Rumble. I'm not going to talk about that here. Yeah, I think that there's yeah, I got a lot here saved in my bookmarks right now that I'm going to be talking about in the Rumble exclusive tonight. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Other than that, let's take a look here at the markets and let's take some questions. Thank you for tuning in. Memorial Day. May all of our fallen soldiers rest in peace, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families. How about some green in the crypto market? Look out for this to be a fake rally, though. Bitcoin up to 30,000. Did it tap that 30,800, which we were talking about? That's the resistance right now. Yeah, 30,700. Would we peak out to about 30,756? Okay. Market's back up. Watch for this to be a fake rally. Okay. I do think we are going to move back further down. So be ready for that. Okay, let's go. Rapid fire Q&A. Thank you for tuning in today. Appreciate all of you guys. We got a hundo on TikTok. Thank you guys. We got 300 with us on YouTube. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me, I'd greatly appreciate that. Let's take some questions. Okay. ETH up to 1900 and XRP back up to 40 cents. Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Okay, here we go. How to tune into Rumble. Just go to my website if you guys are looking to get in there. If you guys are looking to get to Rumble, go to the website. What time? It is 10 a.m. on the West Coast in America. Is Nexo safe? Relatively. As you know, yeah. These exchanges, don't trust them. Are they safe? Mostly. I should interview some actual Ripple partners. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. What do I think about the XLM market on Lobster? 99.99% of them are scams. A lot of people are getting scammed over there on Lobster. Straight up. Just like with the XRP ledger. A lot of people getting scammed. Cops. Oh gosh, here we go. Cops are civilians too. I don't even know if I should get into this. This is just going to get me riled up. This guy says cops are civilians too, so they shouldn't be allowed to have them either unless they are SWAT. I'm not going to say anything. Don't say anything. Just let it slide. Let it go. Let me know how that program works out for you. Okay? I'll stick to my program. I will surround myself with precious metal. You let me know how your program works out, okay? Good luck and God bless to you. I'm not going to address that. I'm just not. Rumble exclusive tonight. We will address that. Shiba founder just deleted all of his tweets and blog posts. These guys are going into hiding, hitting the hills and running, taking the money and running. Cops are heroes, plain and simple. I know. It's funny because I just read another comment on my TikTok this morning saying, cops are to be respected. People like you disrespect cops. I'm thinking, what? Bro, when? I'm pro cops, pro military, pro men who stand up like they got a pair. That's really what I'm about, is good guys fighting the good fight against the evil. Men and women, I should add. Shout out to the ladies representing. Absolutely. And I love to see more women getting into the Second Amendment as well. Yo, dude, come on, debate crypto for What If Wednesday. Blockchain Crusader. Yeah, I could probably do that Wednesday. I think, yeah. We could probably do a session. Hit me up, brother. Hit me up. See, I see a lot more people talking about the prepping too. I see Blockchain Crusader. I see that you and Nick have been talking about prepping more too. Love to see it, man. Because here's the thing, guys. The inflation crisis is here. Whether or not we absolutely run out of these supplies or not, it's just good to hedge your bets. Your food bill is going to go up 20 to 50% this year. Your energy bills going up 50 to 100% this year. What do you think about the YouTubers Telegram channel saying lobster now being the new stock market? Guys, it's 99.99% of it is scams. It's pretty sick. I've come across some evidence. I've been contacted by people in regards to this situation. It's bad. It's scams. It's sick. It's lies. It's deceit. It's fraud. Yeah. But it's crypto, man. This is XRP Ledger. You have all these meme tokens being made on the XRP Ledger. You have a new NFT project being made every day that's absolute BS. So this is crypto, bro. This is what makes it fun. The opportunity is here. He's like, I've put all my savings in XRP. What are the chances it may work out perfect in the end? From Sandeep Saini. I appreciate that question. Diversify a little bit. Okay, just hedge your bets slightly, right? I mean, I've never said go all in on XRP, and I'm not here to give you financial advice, but personally, I've hedged my bets by holding XLM, and I hold a few other cryptocurrencies as well. But I also have my precious metals. I got cash. I run 2 businesses. That's how we're navigating a bear market right now, is focusing on our businesses and our side hustles. I'm all in XRP. Yeah, so for me, 90% of my bag is XRP. Will it work out perfectly? Now that's funny. Guys, a lot of people, what money they make off of XRP, they're going to end up blowing. It's an unfortunate fact. There's a reason why there's a 1%. There's a reason why, there's a reason why the wealth gap is increasing in this country and across the world right now. It's the sad truth. But that's why we're here. I want you guys to be on the right side. Will it work out perfectly? I'll tell you right now, it's not going to work out perfectly. Will we make some money? Do we have an opportunity of a lifetime here? Absolutely. But this is why we're talking about business and real estate now, because once you make a bag, you got to keep that bag. You got to protect it. And then if you're good, if you really want to build generational wealth, you got to figure out how to multiply it. That's what this is all about here, right? We talked about cryptocurrency all of last year. It was a bull market. It was fun. The party was coming to an end. We were talking about it towards the end of last year. And that's when, starting in this new year, we started pushing YouTube content hard. And then the second move that we did is now we're talking about business and real estate more often. I've been holding real estate classes in my Discord group. I'm about to give my Discord group early access to the business development program that we're about to give. During the winter, when I wasn't so slammed with my landscape business, we were doing one-on-one sessions with my Discord members, helping them with their investment portfolios and businesses and just their overall situation. But this is important. Okay, we got to have a plan for if we make 100 grand off XRP, if we make $1 million off XRP, what do you do with it then? So, would you recommend buying land? The wealthy elite, the families, the dynasties that you hear about, and there's plenty more families besides the Rothschilds and Rockefellers that you don't hear about that have handed down wealth for generations and centuries by investing in land, art, and gold. Now you guys know that I don't have any gold. I just have silver, okay? But it's precious metals, land, and art, which is funny because we have the NFT craze happening right now too. So it's made it a whole lot easier for someone to invest in art. But there's a key part of this. They're only investing in museum quality art, in the highest quality art. And the reason why they did it is because you got a war taking place in your country, your castle's about to be taken over. What these families have done is you're able to roll up the picture that you have on the wall. You're able to roll up that piece of art. You're able to stuff that painting in a bag or whatever piece of art it is. You're able to stuff it. Similar to your gold, right? You're able to stuff your gold bars into a bag, load up the horse carriage and head out of Dodge. This is how these families have done it. And then when you have stakes at land, they are some of the most strong contracts going back throughout history. And you have people who left Cuba were able to return to Cuba with those stakes, those claims at their properties, and they were able to get it back. So this has been proven time and time again to be a great asset. Now, the key thing about these three is this is how you preserve wealth. It's not how you build wealth. There's a key distinction there. A lot of us need to focus on building wealth. We're so caught up in, well, what am I going to do with all this money once we get it? We talk about that, but you have to be realistic about your portfolio. Now, I talk to people all the time that, hey, I got $1 million to invest. People hit me up and I say, well, first off, I'm not a financial advisor and you probably should be talking to somebody else. But I would tell you how I'm positioning myself. And I tell them how I'm positioning myself. Okay? That's when you worry about preserving wealth. When you get up million plus, you can worry about preserving that wealth. But for many of us, we need to have our portfolios based off of building wealth, which doesn't include land, metals, and art. Okay? Flipping memes is a different story. Now, where did I get this? How am I coming up with this? Am I just pulling this out of my ass? No. I just finished listening to Jim Rickards' book, Road to Ruin, for the third time. And in that book, he talks about how how families, dynasties, have passed down wealth through generations and through centuries. And it's those three things. He was speaking with a member of one of these elite families, and they said it's land, art, and metal, specifically gold. Okay? But that's how you preserve wealth. So, there's a key distinction between preserving wealth and building wealth. I like unstoppable domains, easy to remember crypto wallet addresses. I like unstoppable domains too. Yep, I got a couple of those as well. Land, they're not making any more of it. Yeah, so basically you want to hold land that's going to produce cash flow. That's the key part about the land thing too, is that it's agricultural land or cash flowing real estate. That's what they hold. Yeah. Let's Why is XRP different from any other cryptos? It's got the best cryptocurrency company in the world building it. QFS, June 22nd. I believe that the quantum financial system's already ready to roll. They're just waiting to release it. Don't get caught up on any dates. I wouldn't worry about the dates. Just let it play out. It's just like I said with the SEC lawsuit. Let it play out. We've positioned ourselves perfectly, right? Any other recommendations besides XRP or XLM? I'm not going to make any recommendations, and I'm just going to say that I'm not investing in any others right now. There are others that we talk about. I'm not going to get into it here, though. Yeah, I mean, ISO compliant cryptos, whatever. I'm only buying XRP, XLM, silver, and I'm focusing on my business right now. That's all I'm investing in right now. What is your opinion on land in Nevada? People are making real estate cash flow all over the place. So people are using land all over the place. I like Nevada because they have good state laws. If you look at Nevada, strategic relocation standpoint, I like Nevada. The laws are good, but that's not necessarily a reason to move there. What to buy on Lobster? There's like 2 legit projects. Who's a reputable company to buy silver from? Go to your local dealer, your local coin dealer, and establish a relationship with them. You can buy online as well, but I prefer to go establish a relationship with a dealer that you can go sell your silver back to if you need to. Or if, once they flip the switch and silver goes to 3 digits like they say it will, you can go back into your coin dealer and you can trade some of that back in. Southwest too dry, water is an issue, get to Texas. Man, I don't like the weather across the rest of the United States. It's rough out there. Like, yeah, the Southwest is a desert, dry, wildfires every single year now. The Midwest is got issues too. Gets hammered by storms, and so does the East Coast. The West Coast is the best. Weather-wise. Don't come at me in the comments. We probably have the most, well, I'm not going to say it, but we might have the most amount of zombies out here on the West Coast, so. What is my view on the 2030 agenda? You will own nothing and you will be happy. That is the agenda. They are rolling it out. Be prepared for it. I mean, for me, it's the complete opposite. I'm going to own businesses. I'm going to own real estate. I'm going to own assets that have real life utility. Okay. And I'm going to generate a lot of cash flow. And I'm going to own a lot of precious metals. And when I say precious metals, I'm talking about everything. Precious. So, yeah, I'm going to skip out on that program. But for the masses, they're going to walk right into it. Now, I keep on getting these comments, people saying, stop focusing on the black hat agenda. You need to understand the white hats. Understand the white hats are in complete control, bro. Like, okay, well, people are, living through these staged events right now, these crises right now. And over half the population took a little something. They did a little hokey pokey dance. And so what's stopping these people from just walking right in to their own demise? I'm not going to wait around for someone to come save us. I'm going to save myself, God willing. God willing. But I'm not waiting for another man to come save me. I'm not waiting for Trump to save me. Everyone that says, can't believe that you get political. I'm not getting political, man. I'm building wealth for my family. Nothing about this is political, brother. Nothing about the basic fundamental rights, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth and Fifth, and the others. Very important. Nothing political about it. I'm going to partake in that America. I'm going to live that experience. You can do whatever program you want to do, but I'm not going to partake. But I couldn't stop over half the population from doing a hokey pokey dance. So am I going to be able to stop them from putting the chip in their brain? No. And that's what I mean. They're going to put a chip in their brain. Someone said, are you pro guns? I just said that I'm going to participate in the America founded on the basic Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, honoring our fallen soldiers today that fought the good fight and have been caught up in bankers wars now for the previous, ever since Vietnam, really. Well, I mean, actually, you go back, all of them. The central bankers funded both sides of all the wars. World War II, World War I, of course. They're all setups. And they were brought about for a transition of wealth to change the world order. That's why we had the previous two world wars. So why do you think that we're living through this situation right now? It's to bring about a new world order. Nothing that's playing out right now has not happened in history. Like I said, I'm going to participate in honoring our fallen soldiers. I'm going to participate in honoring these rights that gave us this opportunity. It's not a guaranteed that you're going to live a prosperous life here in America. It's guaranteed you have an opportunity. And that's what the kids don't seem to understand in the socialist pipe dream that they live. You're not guaranteed nothing besides an opportunity. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You weren't guaranteed to not be depressed. All these kids living depressed lives, hoping that the government will take care of them. To me, that's not political. That's not political, guys. Pursuing happiness is not political. I'm getting ready for this Rumble exclusive tonight. We're going to be lighting it up, man. If you guys, here we go. We're going to get into it tonight. Can you tell the rest of the world already accepted Ripple XRP, so if America says no, it's still going to be used? Yeah, the rest of the world's moving ahead. America's holding back. Yeah. But in my opinion, they got a plan working on behind the scenes, and they're in control of the current system, so they get to control the demolition of the current system while their solution is waiting in the background. They never let a crisis go to waste. If you guys want this sweatshirt, it's just all my merch is over at zachrector.com. If you accept it as destiny, you are laying down. Well, I'm not participating in it. Other people are. It's just like I said, hokey pokey dance. I tried to tell my friends and family, hey man, let's look at this a little bit further. Maybe we shouldn't try this out. Maybe we shouldn't be we shouldn't participate in this experiment. Couldn't stop them. I tried. What's the QFS? Is the quantum financial system. It's going to be the financial system running on quantum computers. That's what the QFS is. Are you aware of Rosie and her unicorn? Yeah, she's got her show, Unicorn Hunters. Yep. It's basically like Shark Tank for startups. Why do people keep saying that exchanges aren't safe? Because there's basically hacks, there's exchanges screwing over people on a daily basis. But you got to use them. Yeah. Money doesn't make you happy. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Dan Pena would say, if money doesn't make you happy, you don't know where to shop. Which, that's the thing, guys. For me, it's about, I want to live out my purpose, and you got to stay moving. You got to stay doing something. So, Dan Jacobson, thank you for the super chat. Zach, do you see difficulty cashing in on an exchange once the ISOs take off? Will government control how we use the crypto? Governments will control how you use it, yes. And there is going to be difficulty on the exchanges, yes, during serious pumps. Once the new systems rolled out, we have regulations and everything set up and established like 2-3 years from now, I think that we'll start to see a much more mature market. And once we sustain higher prices based off of utility, then yeah, you're gonna find plenty of liquidity on these exchanges to move your cryptos and do your stuff. But during pumps specifically, you will have difficulty with the exchanges. Thoughts on life insurance? The wealthy elite use it. It's an interesting strategy. Yes, if you're looking to get some, we do have a program. You can go to my website and get in touch with a friend if you want life insurance. We can actually help you with that. Yeah. Can anyone make a completely decentralized exchange? Well, on these like open source cryptos, yeah. A lot of these already have decentralized exchanges built into them. Like XRP has a DEX built into it. I just covered how there's another DEX on XDC as well. Same thing with XLM, which is basically what's going on with Lobster. All these Lobster assets, anyone can build on XLM or XRP. And so that's why we have all these projects that are just outright scams being built on it. Parabolic pump and exchanges play games. Absolutely. How much should we be concerned about the World Economic Forum? They said they want to decrease the world. Okay, that was actually an edited clip. He didn't actually say that. But I wouldn't focus on giving too much of your energy to that. You really don't want to get too caught up in that. If you give your energy to that, it's going to take away from the things that you could be doing right now. The same moves that the elite are making, you should consider making for yourself. That's the reason why I study the elite and watch what they're doing and listen to what they're saying. I want to understand their plans, their agenda, how they're going to roll it out so that I can position myself accordingly. So, instead of crying about Bill Gates buying up all the farmland, well, figure out how that you can buy some farmland. That's my point. Figure out how you can buy, some real estate if you're complaining about BlackRock buying up all the single family housing. Okay, well, you can do something about it. Yeah, we're about to see legit custody. PolySign is going to be one of those that roll out for institutional grade custody. It's all there. For me, I get so bored talking about the exchanges and wallets. It's boring to me. And it should just be so freaking clear. Like, Don't trust the exchanges. Use them. Conduct a business transaction. Get your cryptos off the exchanges. Secure. And it's the end of the story. You know, you want to use them. Take your money and run. Zach, part of the Illuminati. That's funny. Yeah, we I'm not gonna say anything. Oh man. All I'm gonna say is that Freemasons are funny. That's all I'm gonna say. Freemasons are funny. Hi from the Philippines. Philippines got a lot of on-demand liquidity happening over there. BlackRock, Vanguard are owned by the Rothschilds, a couple other families, and 6 other families. It's not Gates, Musk, or whoever. Elon is total fake. You should know it. Yeah, yeah, there's some families behind the scenes that you never even hear about still operating. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing though. I'm not even worried whether Elon's good or bad or whether he's real or fake. Doesn't make a difference to me, man. I'm focusing on my strategies, my business. I'm not worried about Elon buying Twitter or not buying Twitter or being real or being fake, or is it a flat earth or is it a dome or is it an egg? I am all in XRP. It will either be our way or the highway. Yones Haderi, thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate that. Coming in, is that that's the New Zealand currency, I believe. Thank you. I appreciate that super chat. Elon is in the club, not your friend. Yeah, that's what I mean. I never cared to have Elon as a friend. Hold Luna or Luna C or sell and buy more XRP. What do you think? Are you up or down on your Luna? You shouldn't have been playing with it in the first place. But I got about 100 messages from people. Oh, just had to buy some Luna just in case. Well, you're up. Well, take your money and run. Shouldn't have invested in it in the first place, but probably take your money and run. And the reason why I have that kind of attitude about that is because it's freaking holding back the whole world, guys. If you invest in this Shiite, you are holding back the world, man. I get it. You're making the money. You make a quick buck. Okay, that's good. But I don't know. You say on-demand liquidity is soaring, but the price just plummets. What a joke. Well, it's still controlled by market makers. It's still controlled by whales. Yeah. But I mean, it sounds like you don't understand what's really being built out, what the implications are of having on-demand liquidity coverage in 86% of the $6 trillion daily cross-border payments. I don't think you understand if you're saying that it's a joke just because the price is down. Price is a distraction. So either you're emotionally invested, over-invested, or a combination of the two. And you should, reconsider. Maybe you invested more than you could afford to lose. Because for those of us that understand the utility, we're buying more XRP at 40 cents. We're going to buy a whole lot more XRP if it goes to 20 cents. Weekend Golfer, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. So, yeah. Up 2,000 from Luna, not sure to sell. Yeah, I wouldn't participate in that BS, period. But if I was, and I made a quick buck, I'd be taking my money and running. Check out the movie Sneakers, made in 1992. Yes, I saw the clip from the movie Sneakers that includes XRP. I saw that. Yeah. There are no coincidences. Yeah, and in that clip, they're talking about like hacking the Federal Reserve or like shutting it down. So it's not just like XRP's randomly placed, in some clip. It's the movie, the scene is about them like hacking and shutting down the Federal Reserve, and that's where the XRP comes in. Interesting. I don't believe in coincidences. And I do believe that they use predictive programming hidden in plain sight. Are our stocks safe in our IRAs? Well, they're not safe from taking tremendous amounts of losses, as you've seen recently. Many people's retirement accounts are down right now, at least from where they were. Many people probably still in profit if they invested a while ago. But yeah. How do you keep yourself level-headed with all these mind games everywhere? Well, I try to tune them out and I focus on my business. I focus on what I can do on a daily basis. What's my to-do list today? What's the next thing I need to do for my business to help grow it? And my business is servicing people. My landscape business services hundreds of people, thousands of people in my local area. My media business services hundreds of thousands of people, potential to reach out to millions of people. I do reach out to millions of people per month. And then, bringing it on down to my Discord community, we're helping out hundreds of people. So that's what I focus on every day. How do I help the people around me? How do I help my community? How do I service my community better? That's what I focus on amongst all the noise. And this is why it's a cakewalk right now. I'm going to be just flat out honest with you guys. The reason why it's so easy right now is because I believe in what I'm doing and because the people are hungry for order. The people are hungry for answers. The people are hungry for someone who follows up on what they say they're going to do. Which I dropped the ball too. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. Right? But people are hungry for order. For a solution. Whether you know how you're going to provide that solution perfectly or not. Whether you have your business plan done or not. If you show up and say, hey, I'm going to figure out how to get that job done for you. That's what the people want right now. All right, with that being said, guys, I am going to run. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in on this session. We ran it up to well over 400 people here in the chat with me right now. Appreciate all of you guys so much. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me on the way out, please continue to share this message far and wide. Help us get this truth out. Help other people prepare for the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. I appreciate all of you guys so much. If you want to tune in, Rumble exclusive tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 5 p.m. Rumble exclusive, unfiltered, uncensored, complete truth on the current events. And you'll get my complete opinions on all of the issues that we don't talk about here in censorship land. But that being said, thank you so much for helping me grow this community. It's been an absolute pleasure tuning in this morning. Thank you. We will see you in the next one. Take care and God bless. All the merch is over at the website, zachrector.com, for the merch. Thank you guys.